die like any other man.
You took everything from me. Now I will take everything from you.
God will deliver us.
So again, I'm Winston Mayo. I'm with Glory House Studios. We make movies and commercials. And so I made an AI course for beginners and how you could use AI for your business or any role. So AI is just a tool and it's an assistant. And I think the easiest way to utilize it is to use it for specific roles. So if you want AI to be your lawyer, your doctor, your therapist, or I guess your wife nowadays, and it could do that. But it's just a tool assisting in what you're already doing. And so it streamlines tasks to make it more time efficient and also cost efficient if you are a small or large team. And so the first introduction that you should have for AI is LLMs. And there's a little typo, but it's language learning models. And so your three most common ones are ChatGPT, everyone knows. Claude is my personal favorite, and then also Perplexity. And then they have some options where either you can do the free plan or you can do the plus plans depending on your needs. And what they are is just text to basically whatever you want. So it could be text to coding. ChatGPT now allows you text to image, and you could do text to design. So it's actually pretty useful. And so the best way to get the most out of your your LLM, wherever one that you use, is the hat model. And so what the hat model is that you are going to put a job role or a persona into your LLM first, and then you're going to get better outputs. So the hat model is history, attitude, and then task. And so the example that we're going to use today, since we're doing filmmaking and business, is that we're going to do number one, a script writer. And then number two, we're going to do, a creative director. So you can do products and um, anything when it comes to like technology and pitching in that area. So your hat model prompt when you go into any of these websites would be you are a creative director. Your attitude is you enjoy helping new creative directors focus on pitching and briefs. And your task is to ask me questions until I make a campaign for McDonald's or Spotify. And the same will go for our script writer. You're a 30-year script writer. You're award-winning writer. Your attitude, you help people who are new writers to advance in character development, continuity, pacing, timing. And your task, ask me questions until I have a full script. And so these are the two examples that I gave that you would put first into ChatGPT or Claude. And again, I would use Claude, but ChatGPT just had a new update last week where they're better at writing now. So that's actually pretty exciting. Right. So one aspect of your LLM that you can use is that you can upload documents, scripts, briefs, outline, MVPs when it comes to the technologies that you're making, and it will be able to read your document in about 10 seconds, essentially. And so when you're trying to make sure that you have continuity when it comes to storylines or brand messaging, if we're doing McDonald's or Spotify as an example, it's going to read all your color descriptions, all your fonts that you like, your character motivations, and show you can enhance the experience to get the best output from your LLM. Oh, but a warning, you have to change your settings on ChatGPT, or else they're going to use your material that you upload for public use case. So if you have anything that's patent pending and you don't want the world to have access to your secret recipe for your restaurant that you're opening, then you have to turn that off. Otherwise, they're going to put it into their training modules. All right. So I'm going to start with the creative, like filmmaking process, and then you can also use it for any business process as well. So again, you're going to start with ChatGPT, Claude for your text, and then once you have your campaign and you tell it, "Hey, this is the campaign that I want. Make some social media content, make some print ad with copy, all that." After your text, you're going to go into your shot list. So your shot list is going to work for your filmmaking script also. And so your script is already written. And so it should just go one by one to each scene, or for your campaigns or your social media content or your print ads, it's going to go one by one based off of the campaign. And I'm going to have some examples to showcase that to you. Next, you're going to need continuity when it comes to your products and also your characters in your film. And so there's a few tools that I'm going to have listed on the presentation that you can use to make sure that you get the best outputs when it comes to images. And my personal one is MidJourney. I think it's the best. They have a style model where you can control the camera lens, the color grade, the time of day, the setting, all those aspects that you need in AI to continue the continuity and the consistency from scene to scene. And also, they have a avatar prompt where if you have a person or if you have a product that you need to look the same, you upload your image and then you're able to recreate it over and over again. And then if you want some free alternatives that are almost as good, you can use Ideogram and you can use Reeve. And so a few of the mockups that I'm going to show you are actually made with all three. And then lastly, you're going to use your images from your scene shot list to make those into video. And so the reason that we want to go from shot list to images is because you can create a mood board, you can create a storyboard, and then you can get a look and feel for your film, or you can get a look and feel for your campaign before you start doing the video, like ads and commercials and all of that other social media stuff. All right. So for our source material, I'm using the movie that we're currently working on. We're doing a Moses movie. So here's our Moses. And then my friend Steven has a product, and his product, because he's Nigerian, is going for a more like African feel. And he wants to have more continuity when it comes from placing them in different settings. And so we have like two ranges of what you're going to use AI for. So if you're in the tech field and you have some type of new technology, you're going to be on the right. But if you just have a script, a storyboard, or a novel that you want to get made into maybe a movie trailer or some type of scene that you want to use for like fundraising and crowdsourcing, then you're going to be on the left with me. Oh, whoops, I did a little fast. All right, so after I put my initial shot list into MidJourney prompts, and I just converted it using my LLM. I then began to make the storyboard, and I took all the photos that I liked the most and I put it into a mood board, which is just like tone, color grading. And then you can also do a storyboard and it just goes from one scene to another. So again, we're using the story of Moses. So again, the Egyptians are enslaving the Hebrew people in Egypt, and Moses' mother has to put him into the river so he doesn't get killed by Pharaoh because they're killing all the firstborn. And then Pharaoh's daughter finds him in the water, and Moses is raised as an Egyptian. And so Moses jumping fast forward to the end, or not the end of the story, he has to face off with some of Pharaoh's sorcerers and some of the evils that are happening in Egypt until he kills a slave master and he has to run away. And then he finally returns to Egypt to free the Hebrews. So that's how we went from text to image to storyboard. And then we could also do campaign mockups when it comes to um, print ads, social media ads, or just your another mood board for your product. So what you would use, again, I use MidJourney just for the setup and how they should look in different settings, different scenarios. But you would actually replace your product with the inspired products that you made on MidJourney. So on MidJourney, they're not going to give you a one-to-one display of your item or product, but you would go into ChatGPT, their image one model, or you can go into Google Studio and then you can replace any of these products with your own personal product. And so that's how you can see if the MVP is resonating with your audience. You can make sure that um, the composition or the coloring is something that you want, or basically your LLM can create your entire campaign. So I made none of these ideas. So you could be as hands-on or hands-off with AI as you want. Right. So once you have your photos, you're going to move your photos into a image to video model. These are your top models: ElevenLabs, Runway, VO2, Minimax. And so some of them have free tiers for trials, but I will say this, the number one is going to be VO2, and it's also the most expensive. And so there's some other platforms that you can use all these models on, so you're not breaking the bank. So one of them is called Free Pick. And so you can have MidJourney, Ideogram, Reeve, Labs, Runway, VO2, Minimax, all on one platform. And instead of paying $30 here, $100 there, $10 there, you'll just pay one subscription for them. And usually they do a credit model. And another one is NIM, NIM. They also have the same credit model where you can use multiple platforms. And Kriya AI also gives you an option where you can use multiple platforms. And so, again, like I said earlier, so that you don't have what's called a lot of jump cuts. So in AI, the problem is that there's no continuity between scenes and characters. And the way that you fix that is that you have to prompt in the location, the time, the characters, the lighting, the age, the race and ethnicity and skin tones and clothing, so that from scene to scene, everybody looks the same. Otherwise, it's just going to look like kind of like ad trailers that you usually see um, instead of like a set scene or set documentation when it comes to your product that you're trying to sell. So that's a little difficult. I mean, not difficult, annoying if you don't do that. But if you do it beforehand, you can keep it. All right. And also, you'll be able to lip sync on these platforms that you're using for a video as well. All right. So I gave an example of my friend Steven's project first, product first. I'm sorry, I forgot the order. So this is actually the plague from Moses when God tells him to smite Pharaoh with flies and locusts. So here we have basically locusts eating someone, just so y'all can see how the images can be turned into video. Right. Oh, whoops. Something happened with the video. All right. And now here's my friend Steven's product. So for his product, he's showcasing that they're not using any GMOs in their products. And so I thought a cool way to display that is to have a seed and some vegetation growing into his product. Oh, I don't know what is happening, but when I play a video, I can't get back in. And so you can use this quick workflow to actually to pitch to companies. And so I did some fake mock-up campaigns for some companies that we all should be pretty familiar with. So I made a Disney campaign and also an Apple campaign. I thought this one was very funny. The AI made it. Duolingo is a really good company when it comes to like comedy. And so the Duolingo owl is upset that you're on your phone and not playing their language app. And then Charity Water is a really good company. They actually are Christian faith based and they help give water to underdeveloped countries where there are no clean drinking water alternatives. Then lastly, we have some mock-ups for McDonald's and also Spotify. I laughed really hard at the Spotify one. It's a little far away, but it says in your Spotify playlist, um, comfort fries playlist. And so the joke is that they can make any playlist for any mood. And so the mood is basically you got dumped and now you need comfort food, some comfort music to settle you in. And then lastly, the McDonald's one, it's just the transition. If you have McDonald's as a kid, as a university student, or you're already in the workforce, it's the comfort food for any level of your journey. And again, my LLM, either ChatGPT or Claude, wrote all of these for me. I didn't put in a single idea. And so you could pitch to companies of like, hey, I made this campaign. What do you think? And because you already have the photo visualization to go with it, you don't need to rely on other people's ability to understand your ideas in your head. So you can visualize anything that you have in your head. All right. So the next part, if y'all remember from the two videos that I showed you, there were some sound effects on it. And unfortunately, I didn't have some of the auto correction on here. But if you want to do sound design that will take your video to the next level, definitely use ElevenLabs. ElevenLabs does voiceover. It also does sound effects. And I think it does music recently, but don't quote me on that one. And then the two ones that you will use for text to music generation is Suno, and the second one is Udio, but you have to take off the A in front. That's a typo. So it's Udio. And so again, on your LLM, you will put in a persona. you're an award-winning composer, and I want you to write a score for my script, or I want you to write a score for my commercial for any product. And then it will fit a score when it comes to the BPM, the key signature, the design and style, and it will write that prompt, and you'll just put your prompt into Suno and Udio, and it will make a song for you. And so hopefully we can play this song depending on how Google is treating us today.
You got ghosted, sha la la, left all alone. You're so lonely, so you're stuck at home. Heart is broken, do my die. At least you got fries. Bring your heartbreak away. See ya.
So y'all got the point of the song. I thought it would be very funny to do like a doo-wop style song about, again, you're lonely because you got and now you have comfort fries and comfort fries playlist when it comes to music. And so you could put that right into your campaign, and you don't need to hire musicians. You don't need to learn how to play an instrument yourself. And so AI is able to streamline your idea to concept very quickly. So so you could do that entirely for your whole campaign, or for your for anything that you're doing in filmmaking. All right. So last, the only part that you cannot streamline yet with AI is traditional editing. You need people who have the skill set to put all your assets together into your campaign. So your regular tools that you can use is Adobe Premiere Pro or CapCut. CapCut is actually really great when it comes to AI editing, not AI editing, just video editing. And it's almost like the video version of Canva. Canva has a bunch of templates that you can use. And so you need to get some type of person or freelancer, or if you want to do it yourself, you can edit. But editing is actually pretty difficult when it comes to like pacing, sound design, and like just timing and all of those like small things. So I would really say that people should get an expert to do it, or a freelancer on Upworks, Fiverr, freelancer.com. And then it's going to take your campaign or your film over the edge. So you're going to use these videos for commercial ads, full films, animatics, and marketing campaigns. So a regular commercial that you would use for your product, it may take like a month to make, but with AI, you can use it in a couple of days. So again, this use case for AI is just a creative accelerator. So you can use it for any type of use case. So like a CFO, a chief financial officer for your business, you can figure out your profit loss margins, how much you should sell your product for, what is your ideal customer persona. And so any position that you can hire for, AI can be used to help you streamline the process. And so you have an expert in any field at the tip of your hand. And then all the tools that I listed, if you want, I could send over the PowerPoint presentation, all the tools directly to your email. And that is the end of AI for beginners.
Thanks, Winston. Thank you. So if anyone has any questions, now's your chance to ask your questions. I think one question that came up in my mind at the beginning was, why is Claude your favorite LLM?
So Claude is my personal favorite because it's good at writing. So again, it depends on like your use case where what you're going to use. But because I'm a writer first and I'm a director first, then I need some help sometimes with my script. And so it will control like the continuity of the behaviors of your character. So you say Winston has a twin brother and he struggles with fear, and his twin brother struggles with courage. It's going to keep that theme or motivation consistent from page 1 to page 200 because it's going to remember. And so it's just better at writing right now. I don't know if the other ones are going to get better at writing. So I just like it for the writing aspect.
Okay, okay. So anyone else have any questions that came up in your minds while we were?
Yeah, this is Samuel. Thank you so much for the present, even though I joined in late. But there is this thing that is common with AI generated images, the issue of consistency. How do you overcome such issue if you have um a lot of images to generate in a book of say 80 pages? How do you ensure that the images are consistent all through?
Oh, sure. So the way that you would keep image consistency is number one, you would go into the two tools that I listed before as like added tools to help you. Number one is Google Studio, and number two is ChatGPT image model, which is basically Sora, right? And so they actually did a really good job with continuity on their platform. So it's more of like a platform specific solution. And so if you upload your theme, so I'm just going to do again, Moses, my next prompt would be put Moses in the desert. And they're going to put it in the desert. And then your second shot, I'm going to say, give me a wide shot. And it's going to give you the wide shot of him in the desert. So instead of doing all your prompts in MidJourney all at once, you can do that same process and replace it with ChatGPT or with Google Studio. So they will keep the continuity as you go down in Sora or in Google Studio. So it's going to keep the clothes, it's going to keep the look for any pages.
Cool. Thank you. So, have you used Kling AI?
Oh, I also use Kling. I just forgot to put it on the list. So many.
You missed my favorite one. I was like, what's he doing?
Yeah. So I enjoy Kling, but they released their 2.0 version upgrade last week. But a lot of people are complaining about the credit system on Kling because there's no unlimited plan. And so it's actually pretty easy to run out of credits on Kling. And it's like one of the most highly priced models. So unless you're in the creative partner program on a lot of these websites, you're going to use a lot of money. So I was trying my best to use like the best cost efficient websites. But yeah, if you want to use Kling, if it is a better output, and it also takes longer. I think that's another reason I don't like Kling. I'm a pretty like fast ideator. And so a good like Kling video might take like 2 to 5 minutes. And then on like ElevenLabs, you're getting a video in 30 seconds. So that's more of like a patience thing than anything else.
Okay. Yeah. I like Kling, but like the new model they brought out 2.0, they're charging like some ridiculous amount for compared to the 1.6. But the 1.6, there's not much difference between the two in my opinion. But like and it's like 35 credits I think for 1.6, and then like something like 1 or 200 credits for like 2.0. So I just was, when I was trying to create something the other day, I was like, no, 1.6 is good enough. Like, yeah.
But I think just for fun, I think everyone should go to Google Studio and just play VO2. It's like insanely good, but it is the most expensive. So make sure that if you use it, that you know it's 50 cents per video. So if you tell it to make you 4 videos, that's $2 on one generation. But if you say one video is 50 cents, so you just have to be careful because I do not think they have a free trial plan at all.
I think I'm just looking quickly on text to video, or you got image to video on the NIM one you mentioned earlier. I think they have VO. Yeah, they have VO2 on there.
Yeah.
It's 200 credits use. I don't know what that works out in terms of
And that's so
money. Yeah.
because like all your other VO models on there are like 10 credits per use. So
Yeah, the Kling Pro is like 80. So 1.6 is like 80. And 2.0 Kling is 200.
yeah.
For comparison. Yeah.
So people are trying to figure out how to make AI content.
Did you know that Sora, was it Sora? ChatGPT Sora, with the $20 a month subscription, you can use like the 720p like unlimited, but they put their watermark on. Yeah. But but it's good if you just want to like explore ideas and create something without any cost.
Yeah, usually I use Sora. I personally don't like it for video, but instead of using ChatGPT for the image model, I'm just using Sora for their ChatGPT image model. So it's actually really good. I actually should have put it on there of like this cartoon I made. It kept the character in the different scenes really consistent. It's really good.
Wow. So does anyone else have any questions? Rex, Joseph?
Yeah, I've just got a quick question. Thank you so much for this presentation. I love AI for beginners in any format, to be honest with you. So the question that I have is, and I may have missed it, Christian, is like, so for example, the Moses video or the commercial, whatever it is. So I know you're using like this, you're using images and stuff to storyboard. Would you actually go the whole hog and produce the video or the image or the commercial, whatever it is, the actual creative, purely with AI, or will you use it for idea generation and then go to another tool to create the thing? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I would definitely, depending on, in short, your budget, you could do both. So again, I'm a new filmmaker. I'm trying to create an MVP, like the minimum viable product. And so we're testing out if you can do a full 2-hour movie with AI. And so you could use like the lip syncing on Runway, on Clean, and on Hydra. I forgot to put that in there. So that you can have your actors. And so we're going to try it out. So our model is close to like motion capture, where you will see from Avatar or you will see from the Planet of the Apes. It's almost the same system. The only another one would be Pika. Pika can also do the motion capture for acting as needed. But if you want to do it like traditionally, you can have a studio more of like Tyler Perry studio where you will shoot everything, or a studio like Pixar. And so AI avatars are like a quicker 3D design. So if you had a 3D animator, you have to rig everybody and like build all that up. But with AI, if you have a photo, you could put your photo into Claude and say, you are an award-winning 3D animator. Make the rig for Moses. And so you just made a 3D model for Moses. You can make it for Egypt, everything. And then you can go into Blender, because Blender integrates directly into Claude. And now you have a website that can make your entire scene. So either you use AI, prompt the AI in the video to make your characters move and talk, or you can make your scene in Blender, or you just go out and shoot traditionally. But it just matters what you're working on. So you can even do it for your mockups if you have a tool or some type of invention. It would be the same process.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that detailed response. Loving. Thank you.
Hey, Winston. First of all, thank you so much for curating all this together. It's really neat seeing what people are doing in these spaces. I've worked in AI, not in content creation, but in surgery. My curiosity is like, how did you even get into this entrepreneurial space? Like as a venture, why are you going after the marketing and AI content creation from a biblical cinema perspective? And how's it all working out for you?
Oh, for sure. So how I started, I always wanted to be a writer. So I wrote 2 books, but I I was basically a broke artist. I didn't know that there's actually a lot of sales and marketing that goes into authorship. And so I was like, oh, if you write a book, people are just going to buy. And that's not what happened. And so because I was good at writing, which is word, I went into marketing. So I've been doing like influencer marketing, landing pages, copywriting, editing, anything that involves word since 2015. And so just my regular hobbies, I'm always writing. So anytime I hear a really cool line, I'm always writing it down. I'm always doing that. And so when MidJourney came out, I think in 2022, I just put one of my characters into it. And I was like, finally, all the ideas that I had in my mind for years, I could see it visually. And so I wanted to be a first mover because I saw the potential of it. You can do basically anything with AI. So I remember I was in Florida when ChatGPT came out. It felt like when the computer or the car came out, I was like, this technology will change everything. And so one aspect of how I started, I guess, the entrepreneurship in AI is that one issue with like either churches or Christian businesses is that they're very reliant on the people, right? And so it kind of creates a financial burden. And also as a leader, it kind of like compromises you to a degree. So imagine if I want to talk about sin or homosexuality being bad or anything at all, right? And a church that's funding my movies says, "Hey, we don't think that you're talking about that." They pull my money and then I'm stuck. Like, right? Versus if I don't go and become a nonprofit, but I'm a traditional business, I can fund our entertainment arm with our services. And so I can go to regular sector businesses saying like, hey, do you need a pitch deck? Do you need copy? Anything. And then these traditional businesses have bigger budgets. So if you go to a church, maybe they can give you $300, but one campaign from like a financial SaaS software, they're giving you 60,000 for like 8 videos. So again, it frees you both up in time and money, so you can stick to your convictions. So that's how I went into it.
That's awesome. And is it panning out well? Like, do you have a team with you, or is it just you right now?
So right now it's just me. So most of the work is contracted out. So I usually hire editors and actors and stuff like that. So I can't get anyone on salary yet, but it's almost self-sufficient on the services end, not on the entertainment end yet. So I'm okay for right now.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. And good luck with all those ventures. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. Really cool to hear that story. Good question, Joseph. Thank you. It's funny, like, because the timing of this presentation is really good for me, because actually there's a company that I got in touch with recently who potentially want me to make an AI video to advertise some kind of service that they're offering, which I don't fully understand yet. We're gonna have a video call about it tomorrow. But I like the way that you showed that you can make like a pitch deck, like have all the pictures, and then like before going out and making the video, you don't need to go all the way making the video. Just get the images together first, and then they can make the adjustments before then you commit to making the video to make sure you're on the right page.
For sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Anyone else have any questions at all? I think we've let's hear it. Who else is on? We got Samuel, Rax, Prateep, Justin. I think everyone has asked a question now. So yeah, I think that's awesome. And yeah, your Moses thing, how's that going? What's your idea in terms of that? What was the timeline for when that's going to come out?
So my goal is that it'll come out by December. So again, I'm hiring like a team to make a scene. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with Angel Studios, but a lot of the big movies that have been coming out, like King of Kings that came out last week, or The Chosen, or any of this stuff, they actually have something called a torch. And so if you give them, it's a minimum of a 5-minute scene, they will pitch it to their audience to vote on it. So like the movie Sound of Freedom, their audience voted on making the Sound of Freedom, and then it came out last year and like beat out Indiana Jones in theater. And so they do almost like a YouTube model split. So you would get 70% and they would get 30, and then they will put up all the money for it. And so that's how I'm thinking about going for it. So right now, the team that I have, they're trying to make a 5-minute scene so that we could do the torch, or just from the 5-minute scene, you could do traditional crowdfunding from any of the other platforms. So a lot of people are using like trailers to like crowdfund, but I do think if you can get the story across with like a really good scene, you can run like social media ads to your target audience, and then you can actually fund the production of your movie through the product you can make with AI. So we're using that to make the movie CD early. So you can use Suno and you can sell that. You can sell movie posters and people can buy that. So it's almost like a print on demand model that you see a lot of influencers use.
Wow, that's really exciting. Yeah. So hopefully I'll get to hear the good news when you get your 5 minutes and get this budget from Angel Studios. That'd be amazing.
Oh yeah,
You speaking?
come out.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. It's really so exciting to bring to life like Bible scenes, like and to see them, happening, and then to, because sometimes when they come out with some of the bigger studios, they take some interesting angles that are not necessarily so biblical.
Yeah. They take a lot of artistic license, but I will say this, I think only once a year we would do a strictly Bible movie. Like my big goal for Glory House Studios is to do everything outside of the Bible. So I want to do sci-fi, action adventure, fantasy. Like we used to make movies like that, like Narnia, Lord of the Rings. These are Christian authors, and you're making their their books into movies. And so everything doesn't have to be like strictly Bible based. Because even writing it like Moses, it was so hard when it came to artistic license. I was like, I don't want to add this. I don't want. I didn't like it that much.
Yeah, it's difficult because you can obviously interpret things that are not in the Bible, and then people are like, oh, it's not biblical what you're saying. But obviously you have to, like, the script isn't completely written in the Bible. It's just giving you like key points.
Yeah.
So it's up to you how you imagine that or see it, interpret it. Wow, yeah, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for taking us through like the whole process and showing us all the basics of how you're making AI films. And yeah, thank you so much, Winston.
Oh, for sure. Thank you so much for the time. It was fun.
Definitely. So look forward to like connecting with you more. And yeah, I think come to the end of the call now. So thank you everyone for joining us. And let's just give Winston a big thanks as well. Everyone, if we could just give us a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Here in real life would be like cheering and stuff.
Thank you, Winston.
Yeah, I do.
Thank you, sir.
Your many things.
Thank you. Good evening. Cheers. Thanks. Bye.